Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. Today we're talking about Stonebrow Krosan Hero from the Time Spiral set. And I'm excited to talk about this commander because this is one of the first that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's several others that I've talked about in other videos, but this is one of the first keyword commanders that cares about the keyword that it has. And this is our trample commander, and I'm very excited to talk about it. So, Stonebrow is a legendary centaur warrior. It's a 4/4 for power and toughness, and it has a mana value of 5. 3 generic, 1 red, 1 green. It has the trample keyword, and it has a triggered ability. Whenever a creature you control with trample attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Which is so cool. It's so simple when you compare it to like some of the power crept versions of these keyword commanders and how they care about your creatures having certain keywords and stuff. But it's so simple and it just fits so well with what Trample wants. Trample just wants big, stompy power, toughness to trample through your opponent's defenses and just deal as much damage as possible. It's beautiful. I love this card, and I'm surprised this card. Let me just check while I have my reference here. This card has not been reprinted since this set, but it's also not that expensive of a card, which blows my mind. So, if you love the trample keyword and you want a fun, interesting way to build around trample and take advantage of like creatures that want to deal damage, so maybe the creature itself doesn't have trample but there's plenty of ways to give it trample, and you want to make sure that you're getting that maximum value of damage through and damage effects from your creatures, this would be an awesome commander for you to build around. I'd highly recommend it to anyone who wants to build a fun, stompy deck with like the focus of trample. Let's get right on into it. I'm yammering. No card rulings for this commander. It just wants creatures with trample to attack and attack and attack. Speaking of trample, I love the Ikoria set because of the focus on keywords in this set and the fact that it wants like your non-human creatures to get all mutated and big and monstery and kaiju-y. Very awesome set. The fact that this can allow you to have your trample creatures assign damage as though it weren't blocked, that's powerful. That is super powerful. Because again, like I said earlier, if you have a creature that cares about dealing X amount of damage and you want to give it trample, so that way in this deck it can maximize that trample usage as well as that damage output, now you have a way to just guarantee that you're dealing the maximum damage. And the only way your opponents will be able to stop it is by having them block with lethal defensive damage to that attacker. And then even if that's the case, you'll have ways to give them protection, or you'll have ways to assign the damage to the creature, so that way your creature lives, their creature dies. Even if they don't get in that hit, you're gonna be coming out on top either way, because you're either gonna be dealing the damage directly because the blocker is not a threat and you don't care about it, or you're gonna deal damage to the creature and just overrun the creature and maybe not get the max value, but now you got that blocker out of the way for next time, and it's just so oppressive in the aggro department. And then the deck weird janky build around that I wanted to show is one of my personal favorite decks that I've ever made and ever played with. It needs a lot of work on my end, but the concept is so much fun. This is the Ball Lightning deck. Now, if you started playing during the years where we got the Streets of New Capenna set, they kind of reinvented the idea of Ball Lightning strategy with the Blitz mechanic. And I'm certain that you'll still want to have some fun Blitz cards in here. But the reason why I chose this deck is because Ball Lightning, clear example, is a cheap card. They're usually about 3 mana. They have very high power, very low toughness. They usually have haste, and they usually have some form of evasion. And most of them, that form of evasion is trample. So what you want to do is build a ball lightning deck with all of the iconic ball lightning cards. You will be missing some of the black synergies or some of the white synergies that come with this archetype, because the version I'm building, at least now the one I'm building, is a Jund red black green version. This is just a red green deck, but there's so many awesome cards that you can build around that have haste, they have trample, and they have high power for low cost, right? Really cool stuff. And then a card that I saw on a YouTube video maybe a year ago now was Monstrous Vortex, and it essentially just allows you to continuously cast more and more and more and more ball lightnings so you can win in a single turn, hopefully, and just overwhelm your opponent with this massive board state. And they'll all get +2/+2 because of your commander, because they have trample, and that's crazy powerful. I love that. And the coolest thing about this deck is it's not, as far as mana curves go, it's not that high of a mana curve. You can play pretty low to the ground and be casting multiple spells each turn and just overflowing the table with damage. Really awesome deck idea. And that is going to do it for Stonebrow Krosan Hero. Really cool card. Surprisingly, a lot of different deck ideas you can build with this commander, even though it's so specific about needing trample on your creatures. Trample is such an old keyword that you can find it on a whole slew of cards and build a whole different deck strategy around multiple tribes, around multiple attack or damage triggers. Really, really cool stuff with this commander. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything I missed for this commander. This commander is S tier according to my rubric and scale. So if you go online, you're going to find a lot more deck ideas on the internet than the one I just showed you. But let me know if there's any that you like, any card synergies that you like that I didn't talk about. And thank you guys so much for all your support. A lot is happening with the channel, all good things, and I'm super excited for what's coming in the future. Again, like I said earlier this week on my Norin the Weary video, I'll probably make a separate video talking about it, but there's going to be a lot happening and I'm super excited, and it's all thanks to you guys. None of this is possible without you guys watching and supporting the channel, so thank you so much. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Now I'm going to go rest up my vocals some more because I've done multiple recordings in a single sit down. So I'm going to go rest up and finish getting better from my little cold, and I'm so grateful to you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!